Hello, and welcome to the Lawrence Merchandising Services Training for Blackhawk Network. Throughout this training, I will be referring to Lawrence Merchandising Services as LMS and Blackhawk Network as BHN. During this training, we will be providing you with information regarding the BHN program, including who BHN is, what they do, overview of the service visits you'll be conducting, and what the merchandising expectations are. BHN is the largest provider of gift cards in the U.S., serving various merchants and retailers, which are referred to as distribution partners or DPs. Examples of these DPs can be seen on this slide. This training is designed to provide you with an overview of the BHN service program and the many resources available to support your efforts. If you are someone who likes merchandising, organization, and seeing tangible results, you are going to enjoy your role as an LMS merchandiser of BHN gift cards. BHN has partnered with LMS to ensure their products are in stock, set on fixtures, straightened, and readily accessible to retail customers. That's where you come in. You are in a position to positively influence gift card sales by providing excellent service. To do that, of course, you'll need to have a few key things. First, you'll need to build a strong relationship with the management and department personnel at each of your assigned stores. This is very important, and it is up to you to establish, as it not only benefits BHN, but it will make your job easier as well. You can do this when introducing yourself to store management at the beginning of each visit, as well as recapping your visit with store management at the end of each service. Secondly, BHN and LMS will provide you with information on the various service types and the many tools available to train, guide, and assist you. Throughout this training, we will mention BHN Natural Insight, referred to as BHN-NI. This is the reporting platform that BHN uses for all of their activity. After watching this training, you will need to view a brief webinar which focuses on how to access BHN-NI, view project instructions and planograms, reschedule visits, and report your activity. And then finally, following this training, you'll be required to complete a short BHN certification exam that is designed to help set you up for success on your visits. Let's get started. The various service types you may be involved with include continuity visits. These are regularly scheduled maintenance visits to merchandise, straighten, stock, report out of stocks and low stocks, place signage, and report on fixture conditions. Resets. BHN makes partial assortment changes that require the removal of old gift cards, addition of new gift cards, and POP on the fixture. These typically occur twice a year in each retailer. At the end of this webinar, you will be directed to view 2 brief videos that demonstrate the steps you'll need to know to successfully perform a continuity and reset visit. Special projects. Throughout the year, there will be one-time projects in various retailers. These projects typically will involve completing one specific task. Examples include swapping in new gift cards for discontinued cards, or placing a seasonal shipper. Installations. Whether for a new store opening or a new fixture rollout across many stores, installations consist of locating a fixture in the back room, moving it onto the sales floor, and filling it with product and signage. Once you accept a BHN installation project, access to a short video that demonstrates how to perform the installation will be provided within your project materials under BHN-NI. Next, we'll talk about materials to have with you on every visit. All materials that are shipped to your home are also referred to as fulfillment. You'll need visit instructions, aka VIs, store-specific planograms, aka POGs, survey worksheet, BHN merchandising log, a device with photo capability, as photos are required for every visit. Other required materials could include backer tags or signage, also known as POP. If you are not working with the tablet or smartphone device, you'll need to print the VIs and planograms found under Materials in BHN-NI. Next, we will go into detail on what each of these required materials are. Visit instructions contain the specific step-by-step directions on what is expected during your visit. Continuity VIs have the same basic tasks from visit to visit. There can be changes in special tasks from one visit to the next, so it is vital that you have the most recent VI with you for each visit. Don't be overwhelmed by the length of the VI. Page 1 provides an overview of all general tasks to be completed, along with any special tasks for that visit. Pages 2 and beyond will get into the details of the special tasks and basics. When performing the tasks at your store, use the VI as a reference to ensure you're completing all tasks as expected. After you've completed a few BHN visits, the basic tasks will become second nature. For resets, special projects, and installations, the tasks and the information in the VIs will always be new, so it is important to review these VIs in full for each project. The LMS BHN Client Specialist phone number and extension is always listed in the upper right-hand section of all VIs, as noted here with the red arrow. The specialist is the expert who will be able to help you with any questions you have for a project. From time to time, you may hear or see references to the following titles: District Manager, Supervisor, and Manager. In LMS language, this always refers to the LMS BHN Client Specialist. Next, we'll discuss planograms, which are referred to as POGs. These are a critical tool to have with you on every visit and are used to effectively stock, straighten, and ultimately execute your service. BHN products are merchandised using a specific planogram known as a POG, which shows the exact placement location for each individual card on the fixture. The following information will help you understand how to read a planogram. BHN POGs are categorized by retailer, state, and fixture type. In other words, you'll have specific planograms for each store you service. Don't assume that the planograms are the same from store to store. The correct POGs for the store and service you will be executing will be posted in BHN-NI on the Materials tab within each visit. You are responsible for printing the planogram from BHN-NI or viewing it on a device. Keep the POGs for future visits at your store, as POGs change only when major resets take place. If you are assigned to multiple stores, it is very important that you open the correct visit in BHN-NI so that you have the appropriate POG for the store you are servicing. You only need to print the individual planograms posted under Materials. Those are outlined in red in the example on the right. POGs posted in BHN-NI are color-coded. The various colors mean red. This is a new position for an existing card. Orange. This is an existing card gaining additional peg facings. Green. This is a brand new card to the planogram. Blue. This card is new but unique to a specific geography. Backer tags are the individual tags placed on the back of the pegs behind each of the cards. They are used to identify the specific card designated for that peg. Backer tags are important as they will tell you and store employees which card belongs on each peg. There are different types of backer tags for different retailers. The visit instructions will tell you which format is used for the retailer you are servicing if your store uses backer tags. Extra backer tags may be stored with the backstock inside of the permanent fixture or in the designated location where backstock is stored. If pre-printed backer tags are not found in the backstock area, with permission of the store, you can use blank Avery labels and handwrite the card name and denomination. You can see an example of the various backer tags on this slide. If you need pegs or backer tags for your store, contact the LMS BHN Client Specialist at 877-944-0044. Next, we'll talk about signage, which is often referred to as POP. POP is a common signage term that means point of purchase. You can see examples of common types of POP in the images shown, including blade signs, wobblers, and peg tags. Your visit instructions will let you know if you are to take down or put up any POP signage on your visit. Also, the visit instruction will indicate if any POP will be shipped direct to you or to the store. Now that you've learned a little about where in the store you will be merchandising gift cards, let's now talk about the different gift card product types. The first product type we'll discuss is closed loop cards. These cards are the most common and are designed for use at a specific merchant, restaurant, movie theater, etc. On the right side of the page, you'll see examples of the second product type known as open loop cards. These are issued by banks or credit card companies such as American Express. These cards can typically be used in many locations and are not specific to a retailer. The third type of card is general purpose reloadable cards, referred to as GPR. These cards are quite often known as prepaid cards. Customers can load and reload a card with cash and use it for everyday purchases. Examples of these cards are on the left side of this slide. The fourth type is telecom cards, which are used to load cell phones with minutes. Prepaid telecom cards are displayed together in their own section of a fixture or sometimes on a separate fixture. They are used to load airtime onto prepaid phones. Don't worry if you're overwhelmed by the different card types. Much like fixtures, you'll become more familiar with these during your first few visits. Next, we're going to get into the details of an actual store visit. Your visit instructions will provide specific details for each visit. However, here's an overview of some of the tasks you'll be performing. This is a good reference. It is not intended to replace visit instructions, as tasks vary from service to service, but as a general rule, the tasks are those listed below. A reference sheet with additional details will be provided to you after successful completion of this training. Some projects will include materials which will be shipped directly to your address on file with LMS. If this is the case, this information will be provided on page 1 of the visit instructions. If you are to receive materials, you'll see a Go or No-Go callout on page 1 of the VI. No-Go means you are not authorized to conduct the visit without these items. This means you should not attempt to go to the store to execute the task. The project should be on hold until you receive the materials. You need to notify your BHN Client Specialist if you do not receive the materials the day prior to your scheduled visit. A go situation means that you have all required materials or that you can complete the visit without some of the required materials for the project. If you are short in materials, but it qualifies as a go, you should always provide details in the comments section of your NI survey. Next, we'll discuss how product arrives at the stores. On each service, it is important that you check for and work new stock shipments that have arrived since your last visit. BHN uses two shipping processes: direct store delivery, known as DSD, and bulk. The method used will impact how and where you find new product as it arrives. Your visit instructions will identify whether your store is a DSD or bulk store. DSD product arrives in a brown shipping box with green Blackhawk logo tape as shown here. Bulk product means the cards are shipped to the store with other product from the store's distribution center. Bulk shipments do not arrive in a box that is easily distinguished. If your store receives bulk shipments, you will need to work with store personnel to locate the shipments. New stock shipments are often placed inside of the main fixture or in the receiving department of the store. Work with the store's gift card champion or manager on duty to locate shipments. You'll get to know the right contacts and shipment locations after your first few visits. We'll now transition to backstock. In most locations, backstock is kept inside the permanent fixture. Examples of permanent fixtures include barges and end caps. If the fixture in your store has locking wheels, unlock the wheels by lifting up the lever in front of the wheel as shown below on the right, then move the fixture so you can access the inside. Locate any needed product, if available, from the backstock area and place it on the display per the POG. Once you are done working the backstock, move the fixture back into place and lock the wheels. It is important to keep backstock organized by category at all times. By category means like cards that should be kept together for easy retrieval, such as entertainment, restaurants, prepaid, telecom, etc. If the backstock is extremely unorganized, make sure to take an upon entry photo to upload in your BHN NI survey. Then, work on getting the backstock straightened over the course of your current and next visits. You must also take an upon exit photo of backstock and upload it in your survey. This page covers the different types of fixtures that you'll merchandise when servicing a store. There are 3 fixture categories. Permanent displays are the main fixtures such as end caps, barges, or walls. The sizes and actual fixtures vary, as you can see in these images. You'll become familiar with these after several store services. Movable displays are fixtures small enough in nature that they can be moved from one part of a store to another. Check lane displays are either vertical or horizontal fixtures at the check lanes, or can sometimes be an actual fixture on the end of a check lane, as shown in the bottom right photo. We are now shifting to red alerts. A red alert is an opportunity to advise BHN management and the retailer on specific challenges regarding BHN fixtures and/or cards. There is a red alert section in your NI survey to report these instances. Red alert topics generally cover: has a fixture been discarded, placed in the back room, or become severely damaged? Is there a fixture in your store that you don't have a POG for? Are any sides of the fixture not visible or able to be shopped by the customer? Does the store have concerns about overstocked cards? Is a fixture missing 50% of its permanent signage? Is the store manager upset about anything pertaining to cards? Is the store reporting fraud or theft challenges with cards? These are all great examples of red alerts. A red alert will be automatically recorded if you report that a fixture is in the back room, damaged, discarded, not shoppable or not visible, or never installed. Be sure to accurately report all of these situations in your survey and, if applicable, take a photo of the issue. Here are the guidelines for reporting red alerts. Continue to report any red alert on each visit until it has been resolved. This means that even if you reported a red alert on the January visit, If the same issue exists on your February visit, you must report the red alert again on your survey so BHN can research and work to get the red alert resolved. Don't report a red alert if your BHN client specialist already gave you a solution that you were able to complete during the visit. Do not use the red alert section to provide general comments. When you report a red alert, you will also need to upload a photo of the red alert. If there is nothing to take a photo of, such as fraud, no photo will be required. If you're unsure how to report a red alert, or if you have any questions on this, contact the BHN client specialist. Here's a good example of a red alert. Store manager Joe Singer states that the store is having issues with fraudulent Visa $100 cards being used. He has notified his district manager. Here's another good example. The store has 50 cards out of stock on exit. The manager states they have updated their inventory counts, but are still not receiving the missing cards. Here's a bad example of a red alert reported. When I arrived at the store, backstock was unorganized. This is a bad example because it is a general comment. We will now discuss out of stocks. Out of stock means there are 0 of these cards on any fixture in the store. These are often referred to as OOS in the BHN VIs and surveys. It is important the fixtures are set to planogram before you complete the out of stock count. Also, all backstock and new shipments must be stocked out to accurately determine if an item is indeed out of stock. Never report an out of stock until you've completed all required stocking of new shipments and backstock product. If an item is out of stock, leave the peg empty for future stocking purposes. The backer tag should be visible with no cards placed over it. Some stores require what is called a leave behind sheet that informs store management which items need to be ordered. You'll know if your store requires a leave behind sheet by reviewing the VI. If a leave behind sheet is required, you must give it to store management before leaving. Whether your store requires a leave behind sheet or not, you must report all out of stocks on each visit. There is no exception to this critical step. Now, let's talk about low stocks. You will see low stocks referred to as LS in BHN VIs and surveys. Low stock means there are 10 or less of a given card per peg on all fixtures in the store. Before identifying low stock cards, again, make sure all fixtures are set to planogram and backstock and new shipments have been packed out to capacity on all fixtures in the store. Let's walk through an example of a low stock. The Target $15 card has 3 pegs on the left end cap, 1 peg on the right end cap, and 1 peg on the lobby tower for a total of 5 pegs. This means the store should have more than 50 cards in the store, 5 pegs times 10 cards per peg. If you have 10 cards on each peg of the left end cap, 5 cards on the single peg on the right end cap, and 0 cards on the single peg on the lobby tower, this equals 35 total cards. You should spread the cards evenly amongst the 5 pegs and report the total number of cards, 35, as the low stock quantity. Just like out of stocks, low stocks must be reported on each visit. To report out of stocks and low stocks on your BHN NI survey, type the card name into the title box that will appear in this section of the survey. As you type, card titles will begin to autofill. It is very important that you select the correct card, dollar amount, and card theme. The quantity always defaults to 0. If the card is an out of stock, you will keep the quantity as 0. If you're entering a card as a low stock, you will need to override the 0 by typing in the actual low stock quantity. In the example we talked through on the previous slide, you would enter 35. Once you've entered the card information and quantity, make sure you click Add in order for your entry to save. Once you are done entering all out-of-stock and low-stock items, click Continue to move to the next screen. Now, let's discuss the photos you'll need for reporting. After completion of your service, you will be required to take the following upon exit photos. Take a picture of all the fixtures in the store. Make sure to take photos at an angle and far back enough to capture at least one side of the fixture, plus the front of the fixture as shown to the right. This means you will be taking 2 photos for most permanent fixtures to be sure you capture all sides. You'll also need to take an upon exit photo of the backstock area to show that it is neat and organized. If your store has a GPR section and the survey is requesting a photo, you'll need to take a photo of the GPR section or fixture. The photo must show the entire side, top, and base. See the example below on the right. Next, take a photo of the completed Black Hawk merchandising log signed by both you, the LMS representative, and the store manager. You may also need to take photos of any red alerts you are reporting. At times, you will also be required to take more upon entry photos or upon exit photos in addition to those above. Always follow the direction provided in the BHN NI survey. Remember, the more photos, the better. After you've completed all of your assigned tasks in the store, you must recap your visit with the store manager. Update the manager about your visit accomplishments. Discuss any issues and determine if they can be resolved before you leave. If any red alerts exist, explain that they will be reported to BHN in your survey. Be sure to sign out of the BHN merchandising log. Ask the manager for his or her signature on your handheld device, if you have one, as well as on the BHN merchandising log. Explain that their signature provides confirmation to both LMS and BHN that you completed the visit. Your survey is considered incomplete if all required responses and photos are not recorded. Your survey will prompt you if you are missing any information. Congratulations! You've now completed the first part of your BHN training. This training webinar was designed to give you an overview of the BHN program and is not meant to serve as your VI. Remember to always refer to each project's visit instructions to ensure you understand and perform all the expected tasks on each visit. Here are the next steps. View the BHN NI Training Webinar under Project Materials. View the Continuity and Reset videos under Project Materials. Complete the Certification Exam Survey for the BHN Required Webinar Training Call deployed to you in LMS NI. The survey includes 20 questions that will test your knowledge of the information covered during this training and the other training videos. All steps must be completed in order to be paid for this training call. We are excited to have you on the LMS BHN team. This program continues to be successful because of professional merchandising experts like you. If you have any questions regarding anything to do with your BHN service, contact a BHN client specialist at 877-944-0044. Thank you and welcome to the team.